Good afternoon, guys. Quickly join in.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Hello.
afternoon. Yes, hello, Junaid. Hello, Nishan.
Hi, sir.
Quickly log in. So, हम्म, हाँ ठीक है. शायद कल का if I have any meeting, right? Maybe थोड़ा सा time may go up or down, right? I'll update you by today night, right? I'll just talk with the because I had a meeting yesterday which got postponed to Sunday. ठीक है. तो अभी कल क्या सीन है, क्या टाइमिंग है? I have a class in the morning. I am almost 5 hours down already. Okay, 8:30 to 1:30. Now you're 2:30 to 4:30. Okay, so quickly let's dive into your portion. एक ही minute. Give me a second, okay? Just share my screen. We were done up till pool car, if I'm not wrong, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now we are going to do something called as beneficial interest on loans, right?
Can we just do the one sum that you had showed yesterday to complete as well, or do you want to do that later?
No problem. We'll do it. This question,
Yeah.
right? Quickly, let's discuss this. Right. So he was provided the car on 1/1/2023, correct? And what was the date or calculate car benefit and private fuel benefit for tax year 23-24? So to
Yeah.
logically calculate how many months in this year was the car available with him, correct? Now logically, if you tell me, have a look, 1/1/2023, so it was provided before tax year 23-24 started, right? Car was bought by the employer for a printed price of 27,000, discount received on the same. So in the list price, will the discount be deducted? Tell me.
No.
So list price will be what?
27.
Equal to 27,000 plus accessories bought during purchase 300.
I'll add it.
Accessories bought in Jan
But
23 will be
yeah,
300.
so that's
Jan
Jan
24,
23, right?
yes, Jan 23 is 300 pound and Jan 24 is 250 pound, all included. Capital contribution 6250, but allowed only how much? Tell me.
5,000. But hold
5,000.
on accessories, you add both, is it, or just the?
300, 300, 250, all no. January 2024. So up to this tax year,
But
January
then,
24. Huh.
okay, okay. So irrespective of the tax year, you take the accessories, is it?
No, irrespective, nahi. We are doing it for 23-24 only. In 23-24, will Jan 24 be included? Obviously. Jan 24, Jan 23.
Correct. But Jan 23 will not be included, right? So it's April
It
23 to
is.
March 24.
It is from there up to this tax year, everything. All accessories up to date. Right?
Okay, so you take all of it.
Yes. But if it is in next year, that is, if it was
Future year, then
April
you
or
don't.
May 2024, then it would not be included, right?
Okay.
He
Okay.
used the car up till Feb 24. So 1st January to Feb 24, correct?
11 months, yeah.
So 11 months, right? But in tax year 23-24, how many months are falling? That is important.
3.
Pehle list price is how much? Tell me. 27 plus 850 minus 500. 27 850 minus 500. 22 850, na?
27 plus 550. Yeah, 22 550.
22 850. This 300 will also be included. 300 purchase,
Plus
300
250.
Jan 23 also will be included. Everything from date of purchase up to this tax year kind, everything will be included. Correct?
But is the 300 not already included in the first one?
Which one? No.
So that's
Accessories
300
bought
plus
during the
300.
purchase is 300. So it is over and above this 27,000. This is cost of the car. Accessories you take extra.
So you're saying that's accessories is 300 plus 300 plus 250, is it?
Yes. 22,850 will be your list price.
Okay.
Then in tax year 23-24, for how many months was the car used? See, it was used in April 23, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. How many months? Tell me. 11 months,
11.
right? 11 months. Then insurance, road fee, maintenance already. So if I do 20
Are you
to,
writing something or?
yeah, I'm writing. Not, it is not visible.
No, I can't see.
Wait. So I wrote what? Tell me. 27,000 plus 300 plus 300 plus 250
Yeah.
minus 80. Correct? Then tax year 23-24, 11 months. So I'm
Yeah.
writing 22,815 to, I don't know the appropriate percentage, but 11 by 12. Correct?
Yeah.
Then go ahead. Car was petrol. Insurance and road fee and maintenance of car. Will you add again 2,100? Tell me. No. That is already included here. So cannot be added, right? And will not
Sorry.
be a benefit. Insurance, road fees, and maintenance of car.
The assumption is that it's already added when the car is bought,
Already
is it?
added, so you don't need to add it again, right?
Okay.
Then car was petrol, car meeting RD2 standards, and the CO2 emission of the car is 129 grams per kilometer. So will you take 125 or 129? Tell me, or 130?
125.
125.
125. So 16%. I'll do the calculation here. 16% plus 125 minus 55 by 5 whole into a percentage.
For 30%, I think.
30 percentage.
Yeah.
So it is
30
meeting RD2
percentage.
standards of 4% won't be added, correct?
Yes.
Then going ahead, you have what? 30 percentage. So you have this into 30% into 11 by 12. Then go ahead. Private fuel was fully paid by employer for the car. So private fuel what? See, this is done then, right? But employee paid to ER for use of car at 50 pound. So what will happen here? This will be in one bracket.
Deduct
Minus
that.
75 into 11 months that I have used.
11.
So how much is this? Tell me. 22,850 into 30% into 11 by 12 minus 75 into 11.
7837.5.
7837.5, 7838 pound. Correct?
Yeah. 25.
Then tell me private
825 minus
fuel. How much will it be?
825.
This is 825. I have to deduct 825.
Yeah. To deduct 825.
825. So how much is this?
825. That will be 7013.
7013.
3.
Correct? Then you have private fuel. Private fuel, they have said employer has paid everything. If employee has not repaid anything, then full private fuel will be taxable. So what is the amount of private fuel? Basic amount given by HMRC or UK tax? Tell me. How much is the amount? Private fuel amount. Have a look. How much is it? It is given in the examination as well. How much is it? 27,800, correct? Into
Yeah,
appropriate.
27.
So 27,800 into 50% into, will you do n by 12 allowed? Yes, n by 12.
Yes.
Will you do minus? It is saying what? 25 pound paid for private fuel. 25 pound per month paid for private fuel by the employer to employer. 25 into 11 would be how much? Is it covering everything here? Have a look. 27,800 into 30%. into 11 by 12. How much is it? Tell me.
7645.
Has he paid the full amount?
Okay.
Reimbursement
No.
of employee paid to employer in private fuel, is it allowable or not allowable? Tell me. Allowable or not allowable?
I think it was all or nothing
Not
that
allowed.
you had mentioned, right?
If you do all, then 0. Like, so
Yeah.
one also paid, then fully 7644 taxable. Correct?
Allowable expenses.
Allowable expense नहीं है कुछ भी.
Sorry, no,
They are
not
all
allowable.
taxable benefits.
Taxable expense.
Taxable
Taxable benefit.
Benefits.
benefit.
Correct? And then pool car was something that we did at the end. Now let's go to beneficial interest on loan. Now understand one thing. When you go to that exemption का list ना, exempt benefits, उसमें एक benefit exempt है. Now, how does this beneficial loan work? ठीक है? First understand this. Now what happens? Let's say the employee is working with you, right? He has some family function he has to cater to, correct? So there's a family function which he has to organize and कुछ function है, so he needs some money, correct? Function है बोले तो money is required. So he requires somewhere around 5,000 pounds. How much? 5,000. It's a small function. Let's take 3 situations, right? One is he requires 15,000 pounds, correct? It's a big function, right? He goes to the bank because he does not have that money. The bank says 2.25% will be the rate of borrowing. You can borrow at what rate? Tell me. 2.25%. Now in India 2.25% is very low rate, but in UK 2.25% for borrowing is too high a rate, correct? And he says to the bank, let's see, I'll think about it, correct? Then he comes to his employer, that boss, I have to do a small function, 5,000 pounds. So he says, why go to the bank? I'll give you loan at 1%. At how much percent? 1%. So tell me, has he given you a benefit of interest of 1.25%? Logically, if you had borrowed from the market, you would have to pay 2.25, right? But how much is it? Tell me. 1%, right? So 1.25% he has given you what? Tell me.
Benefit.
Benefit. But the problem does not end here, right? So the benefit is given, logically it should be taxable, but the law says if the amount of borrowing, right, at a beneficial rate is less than 10,000, then any interest on this amount of loan which is less than 10,000 any time during the year, right, will be what? Tell me. Will be fully exempt, correct? Will be what? Fully exempt, right? So have a look. सबसे पहले first table that I make generally for this is here. Beneficial interest on loan. If ER gives loans to the E, right, at greater than ORI. Now see, if we had gone to the employer, an employer would have said 4% pay loan. So would there be any benefit? Is it better to take employer ka loan or is it better to take bank ka loan? Tell me.
Bank.
Bank, correct. So if ER given loan to employee, ER given loan to employee at greater than ORI percentage, right? 2.25. ORI is what? Official rate of interest percentage, 2.25%, right? Then no beneficial interest on loan provisions will apply. But if ER gives loan to the E at less than ORI percentage, right, that is 2.25% per annum, interest on beneficial loan provisions will apply, correct? But in that also there is a second part, right? This is the second part. What is the second part all about? Have a look. Have a look. Beneficial interest on loan, right? If the loan amount is less than 10,000 throughout the tax year, beneficial interest on loan will be fully exempt. But if the loan amount is more than 10,000 at any time during the year, now see again I'll go here, okay? I will say this is the second big function that you require money. Bank says 2.25%, your employer says only 1%. So there is a benefit that arises. Now you have 15,000 outstanding for the full year. So full 1.25% that you receive, or 1.25% will be a benefit that will be taxable. Correct or not? Tell me. Makes sense?
Yeah. Just as
They-
an example, so if in the same year he's borrowed both the loans.
So no, if in the same year he has taken 5,000, correct? And then he
Yeah.
tops it up with more 7,000, then anytime, what does it say? Anytime, if loan amount is less than 10,000 for the full year, any day it should not be 10,001 also. Correct?
Okay. Then on the full amount there is
हाँ,
it's
10,001
fully
भी होगा
taxable.
तो full amount पे what? Tell me. Beneficial.
Taxable.
Beneficial rate applies.
That also what? You are giving 1%. At times you will see that they have given interest-free loan. Correct?
Yeah.
Interest-free loan में what will happen? Full 2.25% is beneficial interest. Correct? Have a look. Now see, there is a question that I have taken here. Mr. A has taken what? 25,000 pounds of loan on 1/6/23 from his employer. Correct? He pays 78 pound as interest for the period to his employer to on the loan. Right? Now see, calculate beneficial interest in the hands of Mr. A. He has not paid any amount. 25,000 is the loan amount. Correct? And he has paid 78 ka interest. So tell me what is the interest. Now see, how does this work out? Right? They will say that what on the 25,000, right? Calculate interest 25,000 पे into normal rate of interest is 2.25% into how many months is the loan for? It was given in 1/6/23, nothing was repaid, so up to end of the tax year how many months is the loan there? Tell me how many months?
10.
10 months, correct? So this into 10 by 12, so how much is the interest that should have been paid at 2.25% ORI rate?
469.
469 pounds, out of
For
which how much did he pay? Interest paid is how much? 78 pounds. So how much is
78.
the benefit that is given to him? Tell me.
390.
390, correct? 391, na?
391.
391.
Yeah.
Sir.
This is beneficial interest taxed. Right? That is how things will work out. Now, what is the second question like? If he doesn't repay or borrow extra money, correct? If it was 5,000 extra on 1/1/2024, then in tax year 23/24. Now here there are two methods of handling this. There are two methods, correct? The two methods that are there, right? See, whenever you have what? Tell me. See, if you have one amount, same amount outstanding, correct? In the whole year, right? Then, एक minute, हाँ. Hmm. Hmm. Now see, if loan amount is more than 10,000, एक minute देख लो, it will clear the things. If loan amount is greater than 10,000, correct, at any time during the tax year, beneficial interest on loan will be taxable. If no repayment of loan happens, see, actually there are two methods of solving this question, right? The two methods are average method and accurate method. Accurate method means what and average method means what? Let's understand. Average method means what? You took 25,000 amount here, correct? This was opening as well as closing balance. But in accurate method, if you had two different what opening and closing balances, then in the accurate method, the problem would have happened. That was you are having what? Tell me. One opening and one closing balance that are different. Here, what you could have done, sir, opening also 25, closing also 25. So 25,000 plus 25,000 by 2. This is called as your average method, average balance method. Correct? Then there is something called as accurate method. What is accurate method? Actual interest. Now see what I'm trying to say. Now the other question. If he borrows extra 5,000, right, on 1/1/2024, so what will it be? Have a look. Now see. on 1/6, correct? On 1/06/23, right? 1/06/23 को लोन शुरू हुआ 25,000, राइट? अप टू 31st December और 1/01/24 additional 5,000 25,000 plus 5,000, right? And at the end 31st March 24 the balance is how much? 30,000. So in average what do you do? This 25 plus 30 by 2, so 25,000 plus 30,000 divided by 2 into 2.25% into 11 by 12. How much is this? Tell me. How much is this? Accurate. No, this is called as what? Average method. Average method. How much is this? Tell me. Average. Opening balance of the loan plus closing balance of the loan by 2 into 2.25 into 11 by 12. Tell me how much is this?
567.
567. Out of this you paid how much?
78.
78 pounds. So how much is your taxable part?
489.
489. Now taking this one more step ahead. What is the other step? Sir, 25,000 was outstanding for how many months? From June start up to December end. So how many months? Tell me.
7.
So 25,000 into 2.25% into 7 by 12 was outstanding, correct? And then, sir, 30,000 loan was from 1st January to 31st March. 30,000 into 2.25% into 3 by 12. What is this amount and what is this amount? Tell me. Minus obviously total paid. You already have the total paid at 78 pound.
The top one is 328.
328.
The bottom one is 169.
169.
Correct. So this is 78 is paid. So how much
78.
is taxable interest on loan?
419.
490.
Now you have an option, sir.
19.
419. Okay.
19.
You have an option, correct, in the exam, whether to choose this or to choose this. Whenever there is a repayment or something, you have an option. What? 419 or 487. If asked, if nothing given in question, logically you should go from the assessor's point of view and tax only 419. Lesser income should be taxed. But if they specifically say use average method or use accurate method, this is average method, right? And this is accurate method. Correct? 487 and 419. So logically, if specifically something is told, then no option. But if nothing is told, then you would choose 419 pounds if nothing mentioned.
But is it required to calculate both to
No,
look at the
if they
SEC
say,
side?
if
Or
they
just
say that use only one method or whatever method you use, accurate or average. If they say one method, then no need to do two. But if they don't give anything, then you would have to solve by both and take the lower one. Correct?
so we'll have to do both if they don't give anything
Yes.
then. Okay.
Correct. So now have a look at this table. देखो, if no repayment or additional loan, कुछ भी additional loan नहीं, एक ही balance opening और closing दोनों में है, then you only use what amount outstanding during the year into 2.25%, which we did first. 25,000 था, so we did what 20.25 to 2.25 into n by 12 minus interest paid. You don't need to do accurate method here because accurate and average both will have same what? Tell me working. But if repayment of loan or additional loan given during the tax year, that means the balances have changed during the tax year, then you have to do by both average method as well as accurate method.
Accurate
Wherever
method.
lower. Sorry? Yes, you said something, Jonas?
No, I didn't. I think
Just read it. I'll give you a second. Just a second. Read this.
Yeah.
the 2.25 is part of the tax tables that they give in the exam, right? So standard rate, I assume.
2.25 is nothing but the ORI rate. This is given in the question, right? Generally. So
Okay.
logically, again, just revising it once, right? First, you need to find out whether the loan is a beneficial loan. The loan is a beneficial loan only if it is given what? एक तो tax free, sorry, interest free given,
Yes.
or it could be less than 2.25%, correct?
Or
That's the
yes.
first thing. Then, once if it is a beneficial loan, then check whether full year it is less than 10,000. Any day it should not be more than 10,000. If it is full year more than 10,000, right, any day, then it will be a beneficial, it will be not
Benefit.
exempt. If it is less
Fully
than
exempt.
10,000, then fully exempt. More than
Exempt.
10,000, then taxability will arise. In that case, there also check if there is any repayment or additional loan that happens during the year. If no, then simply you can do what? Amount outstanding into 2.25% into n by 12 minus interest paid by employer to employer. Taxable benefit on interest on. But if there is a repayment or additional loan given during the year, right? In that case, what will happen? Balance into number of months it was what? Outstanding.
Outstanding.
You will have to take, right? And minus the total paid will give you interest. Now nothing given between two, which is to be chosen. Choose the lower one. Correct? Have a look. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll give one homework. Look at the last note that I've written. If there is a change in loan amount during the year, that is tax year, your answer will be as per average and accurate method. If there is no change, then by both the methods, your answer I think should be the same. If there is any payment or extra, what? Tell me, loan, repayment or extra loan, then your rate or your what? Average and accurate method may change. बराबर है क्या देख लो.
Yeah.
Then can we go to living accommodation? One of the most important benefit. Living accommodation and car are the two important benefits of income from employment, right? So
This is rent a room, right?
no, this is not rent a room. Rent a room is done in what? Tell me. Property income. Where you give
Okay.
someone on rent is rent a room. Now living
Okay.
accommodation has two
Oh
situations.
yeah. Got it. Okay. Okay.
Two situations. There are two types of what? Living accommodation benefits. Have a look. An employee, correct? Job related accommodation and non-job related accommodation. What is job related accommodation? Employer owns the property and employee has to live into the property, correct? Without staying into the property, he cannot give proper services. Example I'll give you. Let's say in a hotel, a manager who is a 24-hour manager virtually stays there only. Does that mean that so what will happen in the hotel? He would be given a room where he would stay, correct? But logically speaking, this is nothing but the accommodation given by employer to the employee, right? But without staying there, if the manager or employee cannot do his or cannot carry out his activity properly, then that would be a job related accommodation, right? It is for his job that is staying there. It is not his free will. But other way around, right? If an employer owned property is given to the employee or employer rents the property and gives it to the employee, it has no relation with what? Tell me. His job. It is nothing that his job is related to that, correct? That while living in that property he can do his job very nicely. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. That is called as a non-job related accommodation, that is taxable. Job related accommodation where you are forced to stay at the employer's premises, right? It is exempt, correct? Have a look. Makes sense? Tell me yes or no.
In both cases, accommodation is owned by employer, right?
Yes. No, either in non-job related, it may so happen sometimes employer may rent out a property, correct, and give it to the employee. In the names of the employer, the rent agreement would be there and employee would be staying there. Is it possible? Yes. correct? Out of the three, in two situations, it is an employer-owned house, correct? Have a look. Two situations where living accommodation benefits will arise, correct? Have a look. Can I go ahead? Tell me.
Fine for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
So living accommodation. In that, we are going to go into non-job related accommodation first. We are going to go what? Which is taxable. Exempt wala part not very important from exam point of view, correct? आ जाओ जरा job related accommodation. In job related accommodation, there are two types of charges which will lead to charge of what? Taxation, correct? तो जो इधर नीचे नोट क्या लिखा है मैंने? So have a look. What is basic charge? Basic charge is annual value of property or rateable value or actual rent paid. Now what happens? What is rateable value or annual value? Correct. Annual value means what? You have these ready reckoner rates in all over the India. That means what the circle rate given by, let's say, Income Tax Act, or the circle rate given by whom? Tell me. The municipal authority or municipal corporation, the local municipal corporation that is there, right? You will generally it is given in question what is the annual value of property or rateable value of property per annum or actual rent paid, correct? Whichever is higher, take it. This multiplied by n by 12 number of months property is utilized by whom? E. This gives you a rate minus employee paid to ER for use of accommodation, right? This is the basic charge that is there. Two types of charges are there, basic as well as additional. Are you okay with basic? Annual value, actual rent paid, whichever is higher, take it. See what happens a lot of times. Now let's say I'm an employer, right? I want to give my employee a house, right, that he can rent, right? तो मैंने क्या किया, I contacted a friend. Friend का property was for 20,000, but he gave me for only 10,000, correct? His rateable value is 20,000, right? He can get 20,000 from the property, but just because he's your friend, he gave you a 10,000. Actual rent paid 10,000, but rateable value, annual value कितना? 20,000. So 20,000 or 10,000, whichever is higher लेने का, correct? Then n by 12 is number of months property is used. Then employee paid to ER, if any. Now what happens? The employer gives you property, but you feel your sir is giving so what expensive accommodation. I should pay something for it in return, correct? So you pay what? Employee paid to ER for use of accommodation. The remaining part is taxable LA benefit. But abhi tak khali basic charge, correct? And only rent is also given per annum. Use it accordingly, right? कुछ रह गया क्या इस नोट में? Only if लिखना बोलेगा, only if rent is given per annum. I'll tell you how the questions are there, right? So basic charge pay, let's do one or two questions, right? So we understand what it is all about. Chalo, I'll give you 2 minutes, see whether you can solve it. This is the table, right? This is the question. If you want to copy the question, quickly copy the question.
523.
Copy the question quickly. You can solve it on your own.
200 per month. Excuse me. Okay.
The annual value, have a look now. Annual value or actual rent paid. How much is annual value? Tell me. 2750. Actual rent paid is how much? 200 pound per month. But how many months did he stay in the property? Tell me.
11.
11 months. From 1/5 to end of the year. So 2750 is the correct value, or 2750 into 11 by 12 is the correct value? Tell me.
Yes.
So 2750 into 11 by 12,
12.
correct? And then your actual rent paid is 200 into 11. So higher of the two will be what? Taxable benefit. Higher of the two. Annual value 2750, correct? Or 200 into 11. But 2750 by 12 into 11 hoga, and 200 into 11. Whichever is higher. So tell me whichever is higher. 2200 or 2750 into 11 by 12. How much is it?
2520.
2550. So 2550 is the taxable value.
20.
Right?
2520. Yeah.
2520, correct. And then from that, what will you deduct? Tell me.
Employee payments.
Employee payment.
Employee making payment for employer 115 to how many months? Tell me.
11.
11.
7 months. So
1650.
1650 will be deducted, correct? 2520 minus 1650. How much will it?
870.
870 pounds. That is your basic charge of NGRA in the hands of Mr. A. Right? I have discussed this. You can solve it on your own for homework. एक second. Or see whether you can solve it. Carlo solve. I'll give you 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes.
Sorry, did you just ask us to solve this sum again, or is it a different? It's the same one, right?
Yeah, just try. Give it a try.
Yes.
Already did.
Just a second, okay. Do I have one more question? No, I think I have. ठीक है. चलो, let's go to additional charge. एक second. हाँ. चलो, additional charge, right? When will additional charge be attracted? Correct. आ जाओ. So two charges were there, basic charge and additional charge. Come to additional charge. What is additional charge all about? Additional charge will be attracted only if what? ER owns the property which is given to EE as NJRA plus original cost of property is greater than 75,000. If these basic conditions are fulfilled, then only what will happen? Tell me. Your what? Additional charge will apply, right? If both conditions fulfilled, then cost of providing accommodation, this has a different table altogether. Minus 75,000 into ORI into N by 12, number of months properties provided to employee in the tax year, right? So this is the formula. So if ER owns the property that is given to the employee plus original cost of property is greater than 75,000. If both conditions are fulfilled, then only cost of providing accommodation minus 75,000 into ORI percentage into N by 12 will be your taxable additional charge. Your additional charge for living accommodation, right? Have a look, just read it once. See whether you're okay. Have you done this before? Just check. If you're okay, let me know, because this is very important. If you don't understand this, then going ahead you will not understand anything, because now we are going to draw a table for COPA. That is what? Tell me. Cost of providing accommodation. How to find COPA,
Yeah.
right? That is something
That,
that we are going to see. Yes.
sorry, that was my question. So how do you arrive at that?
Yes. So how do you arrive at COPA? COPA has one more table, right? Very big table. Have a look at COPA. Cost of providing accommodation. First ask question in COPA that if the property is less than 6 years old or more than 6 years old, right? So more than and less than 6 years old from what date? Correct, is what something that you suffer from first being provided to employee. आ जाओ जरा. So if the property is owned for less than 6 years from the date, It is first being provided to employee. That means how it will happen. Let me tell you. So let's say 1st of January 2020 you bought the house, correct? And the house is first provided on 1st of January 2024 to any employee, right? They have used the word to any employee, correct? So if it is less than 6 years old, no tension. Original cost of property plus any capital improvement up to previous or last year. So if I'm doing calculation for 23-24, I have to take capital improvement up to what year? Only 22-23. If the property is owned for more than 6 years before first being provided to employee, market value of property as on first being provided to employee, right? You have to take market value as on date the property is provided to employee, because when it is 6 years old or 6 or more years old, then tension kya hoga? The original cost might not be applicable and the market value of the property, right, might be a option. Then capital improvement after first being provided to employee and up to previous, that is last tax year, gives you COPA. This is what is COPA? Cost of providing accommodation. Just read this, give yourself 2 minutes, see whether you're okay. Once read, let me know. There are it clear. So the questions are much more clearer.
In both cases is up to previous year only, right? The capital improvements.
Up to last tax year. This tax year ka capital improvement will never be included. In that accessories you had up to this tax year, right? But in this it is up to last tax year. Correct. We have a lot of questions on this, so no worries I think on that part. We will easily be able to navigate through it.
So, and sir, in if it's more than 6 years,
Hmm.
the capital improvement will include after being provided to
After
employee,
being provided to employee, because market
not
value
before.
to employee तो ले लेते हो आप, correct?
हाँ हाँ
उसके
हाँ
आगे का improvement, but up to last tax year, ये tax year का
okay
improvement
fine.
बराबर है?
And हाँ सर थोड़ा ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी और मार्केट वैल्यू
हाँ, उसमें डिफरेंस है ना. ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी 75,000. देखो ना, क्वेश्चन है, आ जाओ. हैव अ लुक एट द क्वेश्चन. Mr. A was first provided an NJRA on 1/7/23, which was owned by employer. Annual value of property 5,000. FR, oh sorry, ER owned the property, correct? On 1/1/2018. बराबर है. First provide कब किया? Tell me. To employee. First provided to employee. On what date? Property.
on 107
1/7/2023, which was owned by ER, correct?
yeah
Then ER owned the property. That means he bought the property on what date? Tell me.
2018.
2018. So
2018
how much is the difference? Is it more than 6 year or less than 6 year? Tell me.
More than 6 years.
More than
Less.
less
No,
than
less
that
than 6 years.
less
Sorry,
than 6
my
years.
bad.
So
Yeah.
then come to this table. If property owned is less than 6 years, then COPA will be what? Tell me.
Cost of property
original
plus TI.
Cost of property plus capital improvement. Have a look. How much is the original cost?
sir
175,000.
170 okay
Two conditions. Have a look. What are the two conditions? ER owns the
original
property which is given to E, that is one thing, and original cost of property is greater than 75,000. So is the original cost greater than 75,000? Tell me.
75,000
So
yes
does the COPA provisions or the basic additional charge apply? Yes. Right?
yes
Yes.
So देखो 1/7/23 को taxability will rise. 175,000 would be your what? COPA. Or
original
you have to do what? COPA minus 75,000. So हाँ, but COPA के लिए now have a look. Original cost plus capital improvement. Tell me.
capital improvement
1/1/22. Will you take the capital improvement? Tell me.
Yes.
yes
1/1/23. Will you take the capital improvement?
Yes.
1/1/24. Will you take capital improvement? Tell me.
No.
no it's
So if
after
I say first, so COPA is how much?
one
175,000. Correct.
5,000
Plus 50,000 plus 45,000. So कितना होगा
45,000
COPA? Tell me.
270.
2
70.
70,000 pounds. Correct. This into what? Tell me. This minus 75,000. Correct.
75,000
Gives you
into
195,000 into how much? 2.25%.
5%.
And how many months is the property used during tax year 23-24? Tell me.
9.
How many? 9 months. So into 9 by 12. Here, no repayment allowed. Correct. Employee paid to employer for use of house. Allowed है. यहाँ पे allowed नहीं. It is allowed where? In basic charge it is allowed. देखो कितना आता है? 195,000 into 2.25% into 9 by 12.
3290.
3 to 9 what?
3291.
3291 pounds. Are you okay? Now this
So
is for
here,
tax year.
so irrespective of the employee paying any amount, if they fall under COPA, it's
Yes.
not considered at all.
No. Not considered at all means?
From deduction. So the tax
Deduction
amount.
तो basic charge में से minus हो गया ना?
Okay. So this is in addition to basic.
Addition to
Okay.
basic charge. Yes.
Okay.
That
ठीक है,
basic
got
charge
it.
will also apply. Basic
Okay, got
charge
it, got it.
plus additional charge. Correct? तो
ठीक है,
basic
ठीक है.
में deduct हो गया ना? Correct?
Correct.
Have a look. Are you okay with the question also? Just have a look at the question. Are you okay? Now my question is not about 23-24. Correct? My question is about 24-25. How will you do in 24-25? आ जाओ. Tax year 24-25. Have a look. Now see, basic charge will come as it is. मेरे को additional charge से लेना था. Now again tell me. In this year, you have to calculate how many years is the difference between property purchased and property first provided to employee. Right? Will you take 1/7/23 or some other date first provided to employee? Tell me.
Should it not be 1st of April 24 because the last year is gone?
No, it is saying that even if
Same.
it is provided 10 years ago, na, right? You have to take that 10-year ago ka rating. Yeah, 10-year ago ka dating. So
Date.
here also you
So
will say purchase का date 1/01/107 है ना कितना
1/1/18.
1/1/2018 to 1/7/23 भले 24-25 में correct. This number of years is what 5 years something correct. So
Yeah.
less than 6 years correct. So COPA will be what? Tell me. Your original cost 175,000 correct plus
50
plus
45.
50 plus 45 plus tell me ये 1/1/2024 का will it be added
Yes.
into 24-25
Yes.
capital
Yes, sir.
improvement up to last year plus 50 plus 45 plus 57 है ना
Hmm.
plus
57,000.
57 so how much is your COPA now tell me
327.
327,000 इसमें से 75,000 माइनस कर दो
252.
252,000 इस पे ORI percentage into 2.25%
5%.
into how many months did you use as they have given nothing about
No,
when you left full 12
12
months
months. Yeah.
12 months.
5670.
5670
70.
देख लो whether you are okay look at the question are you okay with the question these are all questions designed by me हाँ ये कोई question I have not copied from anywhere
So looking at the question, how do you define if an additional charge is required?
have a look here when will additional charge be required
Oh, so this is the only criteria. It's
yes
owned by the
2
owner
owned by the employer plus original cost of property is what greater
more
than
than
7
75.
correct
Okay.
I may have one more question
If either of it is not given, I just use the basic rate and move on, right?
If nothing given, then just take the basic charge and
Basic
go
charge.
ahead. Correct.
Okay, got it.
Have a look at this question. Mm. If in the question above, right? If the date of purchase was 1/1/2016, what was it? Tell me. 1/1/2016. Additional detail. Market value of property on 5/4/23 is given. Market value of property on 1/7/23. Yani 1 minute. Let me copy that question. Okay. Have a look at this question. Okay.
Clear.
उसमें क्या है, यही खाली डेट चेंज कर देता हूँ. करेक्ट. This they are saying it is 2016. Correct.
Hmm.
Then what they are saying additionally we are going to add what? Have a look.
Market
Three
value.
market values of properties to the same question. Okay. Okay है क्या? Have a look. 23-24 and tax year 24-25. चलो. Now this is a what? Trick question, right?
Yeah.
Very good trick question. चलो. Can you give it a try? Tell me. I'll give you 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Give it a try. क्या बोलता है निशान? Try करता है?
हाँ सर.
I'll just give you 5 minutes. I'll just be back. Right. Once you are done, let me
Is
know.
the
Enter only.
sorry, just a quick one. Is the amount 312,000 or is it
Yes,
372,000?
312,000. Yeah, this one. So, wait. What I'll do is I'll split the screen. Here there is the question. And here I will show the table. Okay. Wait. I'm just showing you the table of cost of providing accommodation. Just a second. I'm showing the table. Hmm. Arey Baba, what is the problem? Have a look. Is the cost of providing accommodation table visible to you? Tell me.
No.
This on the left side.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a look. Right. I'll give you 5 minutes. चलो, do it. One of the toughest questions. ये both के लिए निकालना है 23-24 and 24-25 both. Okay. Here. तो आराम से करो for both. Basic नहीं निकाला तो भी चलेगा basic charge. You have to do only what additional charge.
Only additional, is it? Okay.
Yes, only additional. So that is only the challenge that is there, no?
ठीक है. So, market value of property. Yes, capital.
What do you say?
Uh, 5265 for 23-24 and 8303 for 24-25. That's
Nishan,
what
you
I've got.
getting the same answer?
So it for 24-25 6615,
Hmm.
and for 22-5 332.
Okay. So different answers.
Okay.
ठीक है, आ जाओ.
Oh, sorry, I think I did not do the 9 by.
Let's understand the question and do the question. आ जाओ. First thing, the date of purchase is what? 2016. And when is the property first provided to the employee? Tell me.
1723.
1723. So first tell me, is it more than 6 years or less than 6 years old? Tell me.
More than
More than
6.
6 years.
More than 6 years. So now you have to take what? Market value of property. But market value of property on what date? Have a look.
First provided to employee.
Market value of property when first provided. So will you take
Provided
the
to
market
employee.
value on 5/4/23, 1/7/23 or 5/4/24? Tell me.
1723.
1720 312.
312,000. So for tax year 23-24, देखो what will happen. Correct. You will take 312,000. बराबर है. Now go ahead. Capital improvement is also allowed, but which capital improvement will be allowed? This 1123 will it be allowed? Tell me.
No.
1122 will it be allowed? Tell me.
No.
No.
1123.
No.
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 Right. So no capital improvement. Correct. This minus and 1124 in 23-24
No, not at all.
minus 75,000. How much? How much
Ah.
is this?
Okay.
533. Oh, sorry. 312. 237 it will be.
237,000. Right.
Into
This
2.25.
into 2.25%. Into how many months is it used? 1723 में use हुआ है. So how many
9 by
9
12.
months.
9/12. How much is this?
3,999. I think I did not do the 9 by 12.
3,999. Chal. Now going ahead, right? For tax year 24-25. What should I take as COPA? Will the COPA
312.
change to 504/24 or will it be 312,000 only? Every year it will be
312.
market value as on date of first what? But here, now tell me, will this capital improvement come up?
Yes.
Come up?
No, not that one. Only
This
the
one?
last
No.
The
one.
last
But
one.
this
No.
one? Yes.
Yes.
That's 57,000. So कितना है now?
360.
369,000
69,000
minus 75,000
into 2.25.
into how much? How much is remaining then?
294,000
294,000
into
into
2.25.
2.25%.
25.
Here we are
Full
considering it
year.
was used for full year.
6615.
Correct. 6615 pounds. Now tell me, if instead of original cost of 175,000, correct? If it was 70,000, will COPA, additional charge, capital
No.
improvement, all these provisions even apply? Tell me.
No.
What do you say, Nishan?
No, sir.
Why no? Tell me.
Because less than 75,000.
Original cost is less than 70. The basic situation for going into additional charge is what? Tell me. That it has
Original
to
cost.
be, yes, more than 70.
75,000.
And owned by the employer, right?
Yes. And owned by the employee.
Shit. I missed the 75,000. So that's why I got the wrong answer.
You directly did Copa Pay, na?
Yeah.
Last note. In example A above, if the original cost was 67,000, that is less than 75,000, as per normal calculation, right? Basic charge will be as per normal calculation, but there will be no additional charge as OGC is less than 75,000. That is original cost is less than 75,000, right?
Okay.
Can I go ahead? Tell me. You want a 10-minute breather? Tell me 5-7 minutes breather. Take a breather. 7 minutes.
Yes.
We'll start by
Yeah.
350 again.
Yeah, 350 is fine. Thanks.
Chalo, come back. Quickly, we'll get this done. 2-3 things left now.
Yeah.
One more question, you can do homework.
Sorry, Chinmay, if you can just give one for both basic plus additional, so that we
Basic,
don't.
I think the question that I have given you is more than enough. ये वाला question. एक question है ना?
दोनों के
ये
साथ
है
है
ना?
क्या?
ये है ना basic charge.
हाँ. Okay,
हाँ.
so
This is homework for basic and this is for additional charge. ये रहा.
yeah,
Right?
maybe just add a note कि annual rent or annual value of property is
रुको वो
X, so
भी.
we can calculate both. Just so that yeah, it's easy,
Hmm.
to know that both need to be done rather than one.
Well, I'm just adding annual value is equal to 2500 pounds. Rent paid. But this is NGRMA, I cannot give you rent paid. 2500 is okay. Correct? Can add this and say basic charge also calculate. ठीक है? Homework.
NJRA में rent, why not rent in NJRA? There will be rent also.
Because if it's a rented property, no additional charge will arise. No?
No. So employer owned, rented by employee.
Nah, you got it wrong. It's employer owned, used by employee. Correct? For
Correct.
private purpose, that means other than job related. Or it could be employer renting out the property on behalf of employee. You did not get the transaction then. Have a look. 2 transactions were living accommodation. Ekdam basic here.
Correct.
देखो. Job related accommodation, employer owned hotel where employee is a manager or waiter वगैरह उसको क्या मिलेगा? Some accommodation that is exempt.
Accommodation.
But
Correct.
नॉन जॉब रिलेटेड अकोमोडेशन जो है उसमें एम्प्लॉयर ओन्ड हाउस और एम्प्लॉयर विल रेंट आउट द प्रॉपर्टी एंड एम्प्लॉय विल स्टे इन दैट.
Acha, understood.
हाँ.
So if employer owns it, by default it is basic plus
Yes.
additional. Basic
Yes.
मतलब annual value पे
Yes.
चलेगा. Okay, got it.
I got it. चलो.
Hmm.
Then we have asset provided to employee by employer. Have a look. Asset provided to employee by employer for private use, right? Employer owned asset, right? Given for private use to employee, correct? Have a look. Or or employer rents out the asset, correct? And gives for private use to employee, correct? Wait, I just correct. Have a look. If it is an employer owned asset, correct, and he gives the asset for private use to employee, right? In that case, 20% of the market value of asset when first provided to employee, or if asset is rented out by the employer, correct? ER rents out the asset and gives the asset for private use to employee. Example I'll give you, right? A lot of examples happened during Corona time, correct? What happened? Employer के पास जो owned laptops they were directly given to employee, correct? For private use or for official use as well. More of for private use, correct? Then 20%. But a lot of times what happened? Employer did not have laptops. They took laptops on rent and gave it to employee. Obviously, employee use it for personal as well as private purpose, personal as well as official purpose, but more of personal purpose. So 20% of market value of asset when first provided to employee or actual rent paid, whichever is higher, correct? Whichever is what? Tell me, higher.
Higher.
Then n by 12 of this is the yearly value. इसका n by 12 into number of months asset is provided in a tax year. Minus. Here also wording is very important. 20% of market value of what? Tell me. When first provided to employee.
Provided to the employee.
So number of months asset is provided in tax year minus if employee, sir आपने laptop दिया तो I will pay certain rent to you every month. Employee paid to employer for use of asset. Correct? Make sense? Tell me. इस पे तो बहुत बढ़िया क्वेश्चन है अपने पास. Correct? Have a look.
Private.
Shift the answer on the next page. Have a look. Mr. A was provided with a DVD player on 1/7/2023 for private use from employer. Market value of DVD player is 1500 on 6/4/23 and 1600 on 1/7/23. Actual rent paid for DVD player is £35, correct? Per month.
Per month.
Calculate the taxable benefit or value of the asset provided to employee by employer for tax year 23-24. Tell me, without my help, can you try? Tell me. 20% of what? Tell me. What will be the date?
1600
1600. So 1600 into
1600.
or
into n
actual
into
rent paid for the full year
40.
is how much?
320.
Actual rent paid for full year, £35 per month into 12, which is higher or lower?
420.
Tell me.
420.
The market value is
Future
higher.
is higher.
Market value is higher.
Rent.
ले लो
I think
market
rent
value,
paid.
right? So market
Oh,
value
sorry,
is
rent. No,
Rent
rent.
paid is higher.
rent, right?
Correct.
And rent is how much? 400. बराबर ना?
420. Yeah.
420. Then, but it is used for how many months? Tell me.
9.
9 months. So into 9 by 12.
12.
Into 9 by 12. And how much is the amount? Is there any amount paid by that person?
No.
Employer.
No.
Paid to employer by employee? No. Then what
No.
you'll do? Tell me. 23, 24, how much it is? 420 into 9 by 12. How much is that?
350.
350.
350. Correct. Then for 24, 25, what will be the value? Assuming use for full year. 24, 25. देखो जरा 24, 25.
420.
420.
Yeah.
1600. There also you'll check 1600 to 20% into how much is the rent paid in the full year.
Rent
Correct.
paid in.
So have a look. 420 in both the years. 23, 24 में what? 315. You got this answer? Tell me. And 24,
9
25
months.
में how much is it?
420. Full year.
Got it now? This when first provided to employee has a lot of importance. Correct. Right. Then can I go ahead? Tell me.
Yes.
Gift of asset by employer to employee. Gift of asset by employer to employee. देख लो, employer owns an asset and gifts for use of employee, right? Then you should take what market value of asset on date of gift will be fully taxable amount. This will be taxed only once. अभी देखो यहाँ पे, just focus here, here एक मिनट के लिए, right? Whenever an asset is given by an employer to the employee, correct, for use, right? Every year 20% will be taxed irrespective of number of years. ये ध्यान में लो. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say?
Sorry, can you
It's
repeat?
not that
Yeah.
once the asset is given 20% is only 5 years. No, if the asset is given by employer to employee, every year 20% will be taxed under the
Okay, you're not going
correct
by the
irrespective. अभी आप क्या सोचोगे 100% वैल्यू है सर, 20% टैक्स हो रहा है, करेक्ट?
5 साल
यू
में
शुड
100 हो
टैक्स
जाएगा.
ओनली फॉर 5. नो 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 नो, ऑन एंड ऑन एंड ऑन, जब तक एसेट क्या है गिवन
Perpetuity
बाय
के लिए.
एम्प्लॉयर टू एम्प्लॉय, इट विल बी टैक्स्ड अप टिल दैट डेट, जब तक वो यूज करेगा, राइट? अदर देन गिफ्ट, गिफ्ट तो क्या है, full value of asset, right, on the date of gift will be taxed, right? So market value of asset as on date of gift when will be fully taxable amount.
Taxable
This will be
amount.
taxed only once and hence not prorated. इसमें n/12 वगैरह नहीं होगा, because why? एक बार दे दिया वो दे दिया, correct?
Fully. Right.
Right? So have a look at a question. This is the question. Mr. A received what gift by ER owned DVD player which was bought by ER on 15/01/23 for 1500. Gift was given to Mr. A on 15/04/2023 when the market value of the gift was 1300. Calculate the taxable benefit of gift. 1300 या 1500? Tell me.
1300.
1300. That is what market value of gift has on
Gift.
date of gift. अभी एक लास्ट चीज जो बहुत ज्यादा important है. Now what happens generally? Let me explain that part. Okay. Now see, 2021 में no, there was a DVD player that was given by the employer to the employee, correct? एम्प्लॉयर ने एम्प्लॉय को दिया था कि बॉस ये डीवीडी प्लेयर ले जाओ, मजे करो, मेरा खुद का डीवीडी प्लेयर है, राइट? यू टेक इट, एंजॉय इट सर्विसेज अप टू 2024 नो, लेट्स से Jan 2021 and year up to June 2024 this employee used this DVD player मजे से, no tension, correct? But on और in June and 2024 the employee came to the employer and said, boss अभी क्या है ना, ये CD player I have used, DVD player I have used a lot, right? Right, and it's a very good, कुछ बात निकला and he said very good quality DVD player. Employer is so happy that even after 3 years this person what is very happy with whatever the DVD player I have given. So he says कि अभी यूज मत करो, तुम ही रख लो, it is a gift to you, correct? But from Jan 21 up to June 24, was it a gift or was it given for use to the employee?
For use.
Given
I
for
think in
use.
June. In June, it's a gift.
In June it was gifted. So logically it is something like this. Have a look. Have I given you the same logic? Have a look. Asset given for use to employee. Later on, same asset is gifted. Employee on asset gift asset first given for use and then later on gifted. बराबर है क्या? So 2013-23 को you received, right? Asset was bought, right? इसका क्वेश्चन है. I will take this question. Wait. ये ओके है क्या पहले? The drawing is okay or not okay? Have a look. Right? Are you okay? Now let me
Yeah.
take that question. Right? ये क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल है, राइट? इसके बाद वी हैव ए मैप और क्या है, पे रोलिंग है इसके बाद थोड़ा सा, बट वील एक मिनट. हाँ, आ जाओ जरा. द क्वेश्चन इज समथिंग लाइक दिस. आ जाओ. This question is a favorite question of the examiner generally. Easier question, right? So have a look at the question. Mr. A received an asset, correct, for use from his employer on 1/12/23. Asset was bought by employer on 1/1/23, right, for 2,700. Market value of asset on 6/4/23 is 2,500 and on 1/12/23 was 2,100. Mr. A used the asset up to 30/06/25, on which date the ER gifted the asset to Mr. A. बराबर है क्या? Tell me. अभी logically from 23 1/12/23 up to 30/06/25, use of asset or gift of asset? Tell me.
Use of asset.
Use of asset.
Right. Then what? Tell me. Mr. A used up to which was then gifted. ER gifted the asset to Mr. A. Market value as on 6/04/24 is given 1,700. 6/04/25 is given and 30/06/25 is given. So pehle let's go one by one. So what is it saying? Have a look. Calculate taxable benefit. First you want to read the question आराम से. Read it. चलो, I'll give you one more go at the question. Okay with the question?
Yes.
Just make a timeline if possible from where to where asset use and on what date it will be gifted. Correct? ठीक है? Now what is it saying? Calculate what? Tax year 23/24, 24/25, 25/26. चलो. For 23/24, how will we do it? Have a look at the question. Tell me, what will be the market value of asset? See, first it is use of asset, market value of asset as on date of gift into 20% into n/12. Tell me, क्या है?
2,100 into 20%.
2,100, correct? 2,100 into how much? Into how much?
4 months, 4/12.
But how many percent is taxable?
20%.
20%.
3% into how many months? Have a look. 1/12/23 to end of tax year 23/24. So into 4/12. So how much is taxable? Tell me.
140.
How much? 140.
Yeah.
Then tax year 24/25. How much will be taxable? 2,100 into 20% into how much? Tell me. Now anything given that it is used full year or is it used part of the year? Tell me.
Full year.
Full year.
Into 12/12. So how much is this?
420.
420 pounds. Now tax year 25/26. Two things will happen. This is what? Asset use. Both are what? Asset use benefit.
Use.
But now there will be asset use as well as gift. Correct? Now how does this work out? Let's have a look. 25/26 I'll do on the next page. Have a look. What does 25/26 say? First you do asset
It's
use.
used for 3 months. Yeah.
Used for how many months? Up to what
3
date?
months.
Have a look. 3 months का 30/06/25.
3 months.
So asset use benefit कितना आएगा? पहले calculate that. Asset use benefit.
105.
210 into how much? 20%
20% into 3/12.
12.
into 3/12. How much is that? Tell me.
105.
104 pound. Now, asset gift में there are two options, right? They will say that make two columns, correct? Take the older market value when asset or market value when first provided for use. कितना था?
2,100.
उसमें से how much have you already taxed for use? Tax year 23/24 में how much did you tax? Tell me.
140.
140.
140. 24 25 में
420.
420 और 25 26 में
105.
105. So how much is remaining part of the asset? Tell me your remaining value of the asset.
1435.
1435. This 1435. This or market value of asset as on date of gift. What is market value of asset as on date of gift? Wait a second, I'll show you the screen. देखो जरा market value of asset as on date of gift. Which should I consider? 1750 or 1400? Tell me.
1400.
1400.
36 or 14.
1400. You have to take higher of the two or lower of the two. Tell me what they will say. It will be higher of the
Yeah.
1435 pounds. Correct? Makes sense. Have a look. ठीक है क्या? What do you say, Junaid? Nishan? Okay, beta.
Yeah. If you're
Sir.
if you're looking at it from the employee's perspective,
It is not from employee's perspective.
it is from the tax perspective, right?
from the
Tax.
Tax
So it is
authorities.
beneficial for the tax authorities, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Correct.
So
Because a
when an
lot of
asset is
planning was
gifted, it's
happening.
all. Sorry, go ahead.
A lot of tax planning was happening, so they did what? Higher of two.
Yeah. So when an asset is gifted, when an asset is used
See,
and
simple.
gifted, you calculate both.
So whenever it is only used, 20% into n by 12, correct? Market value when first provided into 20% into what? Tell me. N by 12. When it is directly gifted, full value as on market
Full
value
value.
of gift. But when it comes to first used and then gifted, so calculate what? Tell me. Used benefit up to date of gift, correct?
Gift.
Then reduce that benefit that you have taxed from the market value when first provided, correct? And get the net value or net amount that is there, right? And compare it with market value of asset as on date of gift.
Gift.
Yeah.
Makes sense? Tell me.
Yeah.
Right. Chalo. So going ahead. AMAP कर लेते क्या? AMAP. Let's do AMAP. Right. Then we can stop because after AMAP we have very small things that I think we can do day after tomorrow as well. Oh, sorry, tomorrow as well. सब्सक्रिप्शन है और क्या है? छोटा है. जॉब रिलेटेड अकोमोडेशन इज इजी. फिर NSI एनआईसीज फिर NICs है. ठीक है. दैट इज लाइक हाफ एन आवर. उसके बाद वी कैन डू क्वेश्चंस. AMAP कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं. कैन वी गो टू AMAP? टेल मी.
Yeah.
What is AMAP? Have a look. Employer owned car, right? Whenever used by employee for private use, correct? Car benefit arises. What arises? Tell me. Car benefit. But whenever an employee owned car, right? Employee owned car used by employee for business purpose. Again repeating. Employee owned car, correct? Used by employee for business purpose. That means if I have to draw car ka figure, correct? Then let's say employer owned car, correct? Used by employee for private purpose. Simple and sweet. What is it? Tell me.
Car
Car
benefit.
benefit, correct? But employee owned car This car benefit will be what? Taxable. Understand the difference. This will be taxable, correct? Employee owned car used by employee only, right? But for business purpose, right?
Okay.
Then
Reimbursable.
AMAP will be calculated, and it is what? A deductible expense. Deductible expense, correct? इधर आगे लिखता हूं in bracket, irrespective of any amount of reimbursement. यानी बिजनेस पर्पस, यानी राइट डाउन ओनली बिजनेस माइल्स कंसिडर, ओनली business miles consider. Private miles will not be what? Calculated or not be given AMAP at all. AMAP is nothing but your annual mileage allowance payments. Annual mileage allowance payments. So AMAP have a look. Are you okay with this? Have a look. Car owned by employee, used for private use and business use. AMAP rate allowed as deduction irrespective of reimbursement received, and up to first 10,000 business miles, 0.45 pound per mile, and above 10,000 business miles, 0.25 pounds per mile. Correct? This is a very good question on this, right? Aja. I'll give you these notes, don't worry. Aja. Mr. A uses his car in his employment with the employer for private use as well as business use. He has driven 50,000 miles in total, out of which 60% are business miles. He is due to receive reimbursement by employer, right, for the business miles driven. Calculate the net taxable or net deductible amount if Mr. A receives per mile reimbursement of how much? 0 pound, 0 0.2, 0 0.6, 0 0.6. You have done this? Tell me AMAP, tell me, right? Okay, AMAP, or you have doubts in AMAP? You want to give this a try? Tell me. Now tell me how many are business miles. First tell me that.
30,000.
30,000, right? On
60%.
30,000, right? First 10,000 will be deductible at what rate? Tell me.
45.
0.45.
0.45. तो करो कितना होगा? तो A में AMAP कितना होगा? Tell me. See, A, B and C, all AMAP are going
4,500.
to be same. कितना आएगा? Tell me.
4,500.
4,500 for first 10,000 and remaining
Yeah.
20,000 at 0.25, correct?
25. 5,000.
5,000. 4,500 plus 5,000. कितना हुआ total AMAP? Tell me.
9,500.
9,500 AMAP in all scenarios, correct? तो ये deductible होगा, correct? AMAP will be deductible. 9,500. अभी reimbursements will be taxable or deductible? Tell me. Any reimbursement that you receive. This is negative, negative, negative. Positive reimbursement. पहले इसमें reimbursement कितना है? 0 है. सेकेंड इसमें reimbursement कितना होगा? अभी उन्होंने क्या किया? पूरे 50,000 माइल्स, राइट, बिजनेस माइल्स, सॉरी, पूरे 30,000 माइल्स रीइंबर्स एट व्हाट रेट? टेल मी. 0.20,
0.2.
यानी कितना होगा? 6,000.
6,000.
6,000.
और इधर कितना होगा रीइंबर्समेंट? 60 माइल से किया है, 6 इंटू 6, 36,000 ना? नहीं, कितना होगा?
18,000.
सॉरी, 18,000, करेक्ट. In all the cases, AMAP will be 9,500. Reimbursement would change. Irrespective of how much is the reimbursement, AMAP कितना होगा? 9,500.
9,500.
Have a look. I have done the answer for this as well. Yeah.
So
पहले
additional amount
मैं
taxable. Sir.
sorry.
Additional amount will be taxable, right?
Yes, additional amount is taxable यार. देखो यहाँ पे additional amount taxable है, correct. यहाँ पे net deductible 3,500, correct. यहाँ पे net deductible 9,500. If no details of reimbursements are given, reimbursement is 0. Irrespective of reimbursement, AMAP will always be the same. Correct? Have a look. ठीक है. We can stop here for today. ठीक है.
3,000.
We'll upload these notes. So tomorrow, I'll just confirm the time by today evening or tomorrow morning. Okay, 11 a.m. tak I will confirm the time. Right?
So deductible, the 3,500 in
डिडक्टेबल
income as
मतलब
a
है, देखो 6,000 में रिइंबर्स टैक्स होगा, करेक्ट. एंड एमएफ 9,500, करेक्ट. कुछ
Okay.
एमसीक्यूज में दोनों का नेट इफेक्ट पूछा है, तो दिस इज नेट इफेक्ट. बट व्हेन यू आर डूइंग फुल कंप्यूटेशन, रिइंबर्स में 6,000 ऐड हो जाएगा, करेक्ट. एंड एमएफ
Okay.
9,500 डिडक्ट हो जाएगा.
9,500.
हैव अ नेट
So
इम्पैक्ट ऑफ 3,500. बट इफ इट इज एन आस्क्ड इज अ नॉर्मल क्वेश्चन, करेक्ट. नॉर्मल क्वेश्चन जैसा पूछा तो तेरे को नेट पूछा तो 3,500. बट
500. Okay.
कंप्यूटेशन में करना है तो 6,000 रिइंबर्समेंट में, एमएफ में 9,500. यू डोंट
500. So 3,500 deduct हो जाएगा total.
नेट उधर से अपने आप कंप्यूटेशन में नेट 3,500 डिडक्ट हो जाएगा, करेक्ट.
Deduct. Yeah. Correct.
ओके.
You will take that for your total calculation of
Yeah.
income.
Okay.
Okay.
Chalo then guys, I think more than enough things done today, right? You have too many things to revise. I'll give away the notes, right? Baki then you
Okay,
take care of the notes. Tomorrow I'll message you. Accordingly you can join, right? Chalo then. Good night guys.
Okay, sir.
Tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank
It's
you,
too
sir.
early for good night. See.
Yeah. Same here.
Chalo, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, see you
Thanks.
tomorrow. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, sir. Bye.
Bye.